Hey there, welcome to 4-Minute Friday with me, Brian Conway from achievesuccess.co.uk. Now, last week I talked about a customer's buying process and how important it is to engage much earlier in that process and how that will help significantly increase your potential to close any piece of business you work on, how it'll increase your conversion rates, etc., and how it will build better rapport with your customer and all sorts of things. So lots of benefits of doing that, but obviously some of the comments and questions I had back over this last week were, well, how do I do that? How do I proactively engage? What will I do, or what do I look for that will allow me to engage with a customer earlier? Now, remember, in this instance, I am talking primarily about B2B sales, business to business. I'm talking about more of a consultative-led type approach. So this isn't for tactical selling. This is when we are selling bigger opportunities, and most of my clients work in the technology space. So, these are big-ticket sales quite often, and so sales and solutions that are resolving problems and challenges for customers. So with all that being said, one of the key things you can do, and this is taken again from Serious Selling, which I've mentioned usually each week. It's my flagship consultative selling training program, which focuses on how to sell business outcomes. And one of the things I talk about in there is the importance of business drivers. Business drivers. Now, business drivers, by definition, are external forces that act upon a business and drive it to do something different. It may create a problem for them. So, new technology, for example, could be a business driver. Because let's say, if we take the example of Uber, Uber have created an app that has radicalized the way we hail a taxi, and it's had a major impact on the more traditional taxi and minicab kind of companies. So that's an external force. It's something that's changed. It's a technology shift that's enabled a new competitor to come into that marketplace and allow that that business, Uber, to really take major market share. So we've got two business drivers there, two market forces. One is technology. Squeakiest pen in the world still. The other is competition. So a new competitive threat. Again, remember, it's outside of my business. It's something that's happening in my marketplace, but it's forcing me to have to react. So competition. It could be terrorism. These are, this is a poor pen. Let's change the pen. Terrorism. It could be this thing kind of politics. Obviously, it's a big one at the moment with what's going on in Brexit in the UK and Europe. It could be regulations or legislation. So new legislation comes in place. And again, the business has to react to this. It could be the environment. That's another sort of big one at the moment. More recently there's been this whole plastic thing. Since the last year there was a television program of Blue Planet, I think it was, but talked all about kind of plastic in the sea and the impact that was having on wildlife. And all of a sudden that's created great pressure on business, an external force, but a TV program has created pressure, almost, let's call it social pressure on organizations to change the way they do business. And that's the point with these. These are all external forces, typically outside of any given business, that means it has to change the way it does things. It has to react or respond. And that's when these projects or initiatives are created inside your customer's business. And that is where then money is allocated and budget, and those are the things that then become priorities for your business. And if you have a product or service that can help address any of these pressures and these market forces that are acting upon a business to change the way it does things, you will find sales opportunities. So it is about research. It's about understanding your customers, understanding their vertical, and understanding the dynamics of what's going on in there. There's a couple of benefits of that. One, obviously, is you may start to proactively find sales opportunities that you can work on. You're engaging, therefore, much earlier in the buying process we talked about last week, and therefore increasing your chances of success in closing that piece of business. But the other thing you're doing is demonstrating authority and thought leadership and insight into your customer's business. And that builds trust and rapport, and people buy from people they know, like, and trust. And therefore, you're starting to address those other dynamics of great salesmanship. So I trust you found that useful. Look at these things. Set up some Google alerts or some triggers. Read the report and accounts and chairman's statement and things like that. Or read the blog and press releases of your clients. And the clues will be there with regards to what's important to them, what forces are acting upon them, and what is driving their business to do new and different things. And if you've got a product or service that will help achieve those outcomes, you've got a sales opportunity, and you're being proactive and engaging earlier. Again, please apply what I learned. Don't just go, yeah, that was really good thought, Brian, thanks for that, and then do nothing different. You've got to apply this stuff to be successful. So that's it for this week. Thanks for your time. Please like, please comment, please share, please follow, please subscribe, etc., etc. Please feel free to go over to achievesuccess.co.uk. There's loads of free sales resources there for you as well, which will help you be more successful in sales and ultimately make more money, which is what I really want for you. So thank you, as I said, for your time. I look forward to seeing you next Friday. In the meantime, have a great week of selling and do some of this research. Just take some time out to do some research and think about how you can use that to find sales opportunities. I look forward to seeing you next week. I'm Brian Conway. You take care. Bye-bye.